I'm often asked, is it appropriate to display strength as a leader in the current climate, in the rapidly changing world that we are in now? The answer is absolutely. A strong, proactive leader will attract followers, will be able to get things done. So for you today, I've got 5 tips on how to be a strong, proactive leader in a rapidly changing business world. My first tip is to hone your business story to take people on a journey. All human beings, you and I included, are hardwired to listen to, remember, and enjoy stories. In a business context, sometimes this gets lost because we get so obsessed with facts and data and numbers, and I understand this, but here's the thing. By attaching a business story, we make our facts, data, and numbers so much more memorable. By sharing your story, the story of the leadership journey you want to take people on, and their role in it, you're far more likely to generate engagement. You're far more likely to be memorable in terms of what you communicate. And when it comes to what people feel and think, then do and commit to after you've spoken to them, storytelling will give you much more success. Tip number 2, mastering communication to engage and inspire people. We all think we know how to communicate, right? Well, I say think because sure, we can all talk, we can all listen, we can all write things down. But how did we learn those skills? And for most of us, how we learned how to communicate is watching others do it and then copying them. Ever since we were little people, that's how we've adapted and grown our communication skills. Now, in the world of business, it's no different. I know myself, when I started years ago in the corporate world, I kind of learned how to talk by watching and listening to others. And I'll be honest, it wasn't always the most effective way. Truly dedicating yourself to mastering the art of communication and then using that mastery to make your messages punchy, exciting, believable, things that people will want to follow, will help you with building a strong leadership brand. My third tip is to stay agile, embrace change, be relevant. Things are changing so rapidly in the world of business. In fact, the entire world that we live in, not just business. But I think about my 30-year plus career in the corporate world. That world I entered and the world I'm in now bear no resemblance to each other, none whatsoever. Anyone of my vintage would agree, but even if you've only been in the corporate world for a couple of years, you would agree. Things are changing so fast. Therefore, it's important to embrace a curious mindset. Let's make sure we're keeping ourselves up to date. Let's make sure what we talk about is current and relevant. Let's not ignore change or hope it goes away. Let's embrace it. Let's be the leader of that change. Let's help our people get through it, because it's challenging for them too. The fourth tip is to create the right culture to motivate your team. Now, the word culture, look, it gets used a lot and there's all sorts of interpretations of it, but I'll make it really simple for you. The right culture is what it feels like to work with you as a leader. How do people feel working for you? And how do you generate that feeling? Well, you generate it through the actions that you do in certain situations. Every time you're interacting with your people, every time you're reacting to a circumstance in business, that's an opportunity for you to create the culture that you want to create. Your actions will determine the culture of the business. I often say a team will follow the cultural guidelines set by their leader. Covertly or overtly, that's what occurs. And my fifth tip is to foster trust and safety to encourage loyalty and focus. Trust is something that is built up over a period of time, but certainly by our actions as a leader. If your people trust you and if they feel safe, they will raise issues. And if they raise issues, then you as a team can deal with issues. If your team does not trust you, if they don't trust each other, or if they don't feel safe speaking out or identifying things that they think could improve the business, that journey of improvement becomes so much harder. What happens is issues snowball and you don't get a chance to deal with them. So as you can see, strength in proactive leadership, it's not about this. It's about this, and it's about this. We have opportunities every day to display strong, proactive leadership with our teams in our rapidly changing business environment.